Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Today we got a really special one, man. Super excited about this. We've done an E30 recently, but we're gonna get into a whole different game with somebody that I guarantee you're gonna recognize. But before we do that, I wanna throw out a mention. Our podcast is live. If you haven't checked it out yet, Autotopia LA podcast channel. I am wearing old merch, but we got a new one coming up. I'm so excited about our new drop. It's gonna knock you guys out, I promise, and that's coming beginning of June. With that said, I guarantee you guys have seen this guy, well known for what he's done with Donut Media. Now he's got a separate channel, his own thing going called Speed. Let's bring in the one, the only James Pumphrey. That was a pretty good intro,
dude,
wasn't it?
Solid, dude.
That
right
make you feel like a rock star?
Hell yeah, dude, I love that.
This is fun, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been doing this a long time. You've created massive success with what you've done.
Thanks, man.
And now to take that, work with you, and shoot a friggin'
Yeah,
E30
dude.
that was by Castro.
I was stoked to be asked to do this because I'm a big fan of you guys.
I love that,
as well.
man.
Like I don't watch a ton of YouTube anymore, but you guys
Yeah.
are definitely one of the things that I make sure to watch. For
Thank
sure.
you, man. Makes me feel good.
And it's like an honor to build a car and have you walk around it. I'm really stoked about this because you dive deep into all the little stuff. There's a lot of things that are going to be in this video that no one has taken the time to notice yet. So I'm really excited.
We're gonna geek out hard.
Yeah. So this is a 1987 325 AS. It started as an auto car. Yeah. So this car's almost 40 years old. It's 38. I was driving through Beverly Hills the other day and I saw this old guy. He must have been like 70 years old. And I was thinking like, man, when that guy was like my age, this was new. And I can't imagine being like, hey, have you seen the new BMW 3 Series?
Yeah.
It's boxy. You know, like this being the new car.
Yeah.
This is an 87, so it's an early car. So it had like the big diving board bumpers.
Yep.
It's got long taillights. When I bought it, somebody had rebuilt it around 2012.
Okay.
So it had new plastic bumpers on it and an S52 swap. And it came with red interior. It still has factory door cards, but like all the seats are reupholstered.
You also said, which I don't know how I missed out on this one, but you built this car in 5 days?
Yeah.
Chris had to love you for that.
Dude, for sure. Chris is the homie. Chris is one of my best friends, like legitimately.
Yeah.
The car was good. Like I bought the car to make more friends and hang out with the friends I already got. Working in YouTube, you kind of can get to the point where you're just working on the channel cars.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of realized like, man, I don't have my own car that I kind of mess around with. So I convinced my fiance to let me buy this. It was already swapped. It was like really good, you know?
Yeah.
But then it became a channel car. We were like, okay, cool. What can we do to make a video about it? So I hit up Chris and I was like, how fast can we do this? And he was like, 5 days. We got all the parts, went through it, made sure everything was there. ECS partnered with us and sent us a bunch of stuff. We did like some body work, so we like shaved the bay a little bit, prepped everything, but then from the first wrench turn to the fire up was 5 days, yeah. Wow, and dude, suspension, brakes, diff, like the underside of the car is all recoated. All the hardware is like CAD plated.
Wow.
It's like,
you went all in.
dude, this thing's nice, dude.
Let's go mechanical stuff first, and then we'll go through the different body stuff you did, and then of course we'll dive into your interior.
Sure.
Ah.
So this is a S54, little dirty engine bay. This car gets driven a lot. That's the theme of the car. It gets driven. I wanted it to look kind of like, in my brain, what like a Mulholland Drive hot rod E30 would look like. So big motor. This is out of a 2006 M3. It has high compression pistons, kind of a hotter set of cams, and then this big Turner Motorsport CSL airbox. So the induction noise with the ITBs and the airbox is like pretty fun.
And you said it's super high revving too, right?
Yeah, so I think the limit is set at about 8,500 right now. But that's like conservative because...
Is it really?
Yeah, it'll go to 9 for sure. But Chris doesn't trust me and doesn't want to. He's like, we'll do 8,500 for you.
Yeah. Which is
great, dude.
What do you make power-wise then?
It's about 340 wheel.
Which is perfect. That's real power.
The car weighs 2,800 pounds.
Yeah.
Probably. You get going real quick in this car, you start noticing how skinny the A-pillar is. And you're like, that's just wide enough to go through my forehead.
It's so clean though, the way you guys did the engine bay on here. It looks beautiful, and that's a lot of motor to swap into this little car, isn't it?
Yeah, so we beat the hell out of the firewall, did some little cool things. I mean, the cool thing about working with someone like Chris is he's built this car a million times.
Yes.
He just had like pre-bent like brake lines, and you know, he's worked with this airbox before, so he's like big on like the OEM look, so we wanted to maintain the factory booster.
Yeah.
So like behind here, he knew exactly how much to cut, and then this is like sectioned so that we can fit the booster in.
Wow.
The engine mounts are stock E46 mounts, flipped upside down.
Because he's done it so many times.
Because he's done it so many times. Yeah, this is a CSL radiator built to his spec. This is a ground control coilovers built to Castro spec.
They're kind of the go-to, aren't they, on these older BMWs? They're the go-to.
Yeah. They do the E30 spec cars.
Yeah.
So I figure that they're just really good at it.
Yeah.
And it was like a cool phone call. Like they called me and they were like, what size wheels are you gonna run? And what are you gonna be doing with it? And it was like, I wanna drive it on the street. I'm not gonna be tracking the car that much.
Yeah. What do you go to transmission with the car?
So it started as an SMG transmission, and then we converted it to a 6-speed. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got some pretty aggressive gearing. All the gears are pretty short, so it's nice to have that.
Did you do one of those notchy Chris Castro specials?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So along with the ground control, as far as coilovers, is there other stuff done suspension-wise? Anything chassis-wise?
Not really. We took stuff off. So like a lot of times I think people build these cars too stiff. I think stock rear sway, just like keeping it streetable and drivable.
God, the headers over here are...
So those started as stock E46 headers, and then we modified them to fit. But then we vapor blasted them and then rubbed them with WD-40, and that's how that color happened.
Really?
Yeah.
They're beautiful, man.
Brakes, it's got Willwoods front and rear. It's like, I think 4 piston in the front, and they have like a sort of like stealth kind of kit. So we can still fit 16-inch wheels on it. It's got like aluminum control arms from an M3. Basically everything underneath it is M3.
And you, like, there's not another wheel choice you could go with than BBS on this car, right?
Yeah, and these are actually 16-inch BBS Style 5s from a 90s 7 Series.
Oh, wow.
So these are stock wheels that we powder coated black, and then this is just a billet waffle.
Oh, that's super cool to hide. That's sweet, dude. Make it look like a center lock.
Yeah, so there's this waffle, and then there's a like threaded piece that goes in behind the wheel.
Yeah.
That allows me to like screw in this BBS RS cap. So these are $200 wheels. I have like 5 sets.
I mean, they look fantastic.
Dude, I mean, this is a factory wheel from BMW. Look at that lip. It's like so perfect. And again, with that like LA hot rod Porsche guy aesthetic that I was going for, like I think these are just like so perfect.
Nah, you nailed it. I mean, the look on this car, the stance, like I said, when you pulled in, the stance couldn't be more perfect on it. What are the sizes of tires? Is it squared setup?
Yeah, so it's 225, 45 all around. I really like how these look.
I do too. I like that
how
you've
they
got
ride,
some sidewall instead of the,
for sure,
you know, the full rubber bands. Walk me through what you got, because I know there's detail stuff where you geeked out on body stuff on this car.
Whenever I put a car together, I really like the little stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I like everything to like fit really well. So like I kind of decide on a theme and stick with it. So I like old cars, you know? And so everything we've done to this car is to kind of make it look older. I really like 2002s, but they're kind of a pain in the ass to drive. And so like, I think that like an 80s car is about the cutoff for me, where it's like still cool looking, but not a total pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Still modern enough.
Yeah.
So these bumpers are European early E30 bumpers. So they're chrome. And these are Euro H4 headlights.
Yeah.
So they're, a lot of people go with like the smiley or whatever with the projectors.
Yeah.
But I think like for an early car like this,
It looks weird.
it looks a little weird.
It looks weird.
Yeah.
And just please don't bring the halos around.
Yeah,
Please.
for sure. These are plenty bright. We got the fog lights. This is a BBS front apron, color match to the car.
I love seeing that. I mean, you can tell this car gets driven.
Dude, it totally does.
that.
Yeah, it gets street parked.
Like I love seeing this on cars. So then this would have been competing with like the Mercedes Evos, right?
Yeah,
Same
so
era?
so the Evos kicked the absolute shit out of this car.
Yeah.
BMW was like, okay, we're gonna have a factory-backed race team. And then
when
they
the M car came
made
out.
the M car. So before that, they were racing 323s. One of my favorite race cars ever was a 323 E30 narrow body car with the John Player livery.
Oh, yeah.
So like the black car, gold livery. I've always been attracted to John Player because it's sick looking.
Oh, yeah.
But also it's my initials,
Oh,
JP.
right.
So like, ever since I was a kid, I've been like, that's so cool. Loosely, the look of that thing has like sort of influenced this car.
Got it. Yeah. I love this mirror.
Yeah, so this is what they would have used on those cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, single side and for aerodynamics. I got this from England and it had a BMW part number on it. Yeah, which was pretty cool. And normally it would be vented into the cabin to give some ventilation, but we like blocked it up. And then similarly for like the DTM Inspo, this is a new old stock Bonrath single wiper. So from the 80s.
Just caught that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was like a piece that Chris had been holding on to for years
No shit.
and like threw it on my car without me knowing.
I like that you left it the older paint that was on here. I mean, they did it in 2012. You said it looks good enough. You know, you're gonna drive the car. I mean,
Totally. I think so. The car was repainted in 2012 when the last guy like rebuilt it.
Yeah.
This is a 90s GM truck color. It's just black. There's no other
Nothing
tones
else,
in it.
no
Just
flake,
straight.
no nothing, it's black.
No blue undertones. Doesn't look red in certain lights. It's black.
I know none of you guys are gonna get the reference. Spinal Tap. There's none blacker.
There's none blacker. Yeah, there's a Spinal Tap black.
There we go. At least James gets it.
How much more black could this be? And the answer is none.
This is a European bumper.
Yeah.
When we fitted the bumper in the North American ones, they're like I said, the big diving boards.
Yeah.
And so like there's big holes down here
Yeah.
for those to mount. So we filled those holes in. A lot of people when they do the conversion run like a rear valence, but
To cover the holes.
yeah. And so we shaved those.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't want to have like a whole rear valence because I wanted to show off the bodywork, but the side profile with the side skirts and the front was a little like high in the back. So these like are weird little side valences from a European 325iX, which is the all-wheel drive version of this car. And that's one of my favorite things about it.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Cool little touch.
Yeah, it fits really well. And I love how it just like ends right here.
Yeah. Boy, it's wild looking down the side of the car and seeing how much Castro there is in this,
Yeah.
or camber. I mean, it's set up to go handle.
Yeah, my driveway is like sort of like a hill and this thing sits up at the top of it. And when I walk up from the street, the angle of like how square the tires are
Yeah.
and the little bit amount of lip and like, yeah, the camber in the front is like, damn dude, good job.
It looks pretty evil. And I love the exhaust tips.
Dude, Chris is the best at exhaust tips. It's just like one of the things he's
Does he
really
build
good
the
at.
exhaust from the header back?
Yeah, and it's a situation where we talked about the tips for like probably 3 hours and then he was like, get out.
She's done.
He builds exhaust at night
When
when
no
the
one's
shop
around.
is empty.
Really?
Yeah, and I just can't imagine what he gets into while he's doing that. One thing I forgot, we removed the spare tire tray.
Oh, yes, you did.
So we cut that off. It doesn't exist anymore. And we filled it in the trunk. And then we built this tow hook.
That's what that is?
Yeah, so this comes out if you have a
Yeah.
8mm. And then my tow hook screws into that.
Right. Anything done trunk-wise?
Not inside, but we sprayed the taillights red. And this right here is like a aftermarket heck blend. And I found a heck blend for an NA car, which is cool because like my license plate fits right in. And normally on this car, this is like not here. And there's like an indent that goes down all the way right here. We cut the bottom of the heck blend off and then shaved this so it's the height of a Euro plate, but the width of a NA plate.
Wow.
So it's kind of like a Belgian plate.
Isn't there usually a button trunk release?
Oh yeah, we shaved the hole and then
So
replaced
it's only
it.
with a key fob?
Yeah.
Nice, man. All right, let's check out in here. I gotta admit, like of every element of car, like the two things that always knock me out is the crazy fab work that happens. But I geek on interiors because it's, it's where do you spend your time,
chill.
right?
I think a lot of people associate old cars with being kind of like crappy.
Yeah.
But if you throw a bunch of sound deadening in it and some nice leather, then it like doesn't stink anymore. It's not loud.
Yeah,
so it's nice,
for sure.
You know, so this is a pretty nice place to be.
And you said these are the original door cards in here?
Yeah, so the car came with cardinal red interior.
Yeah.
So these are the original door cards. It had red leather seats. The carpet was black. Kind of the beginning of the end for like just going all into it was I really wanted red carpet.
Hell yeah.
And so like I swapped out the red carpet and then it was like, well, I already did that, so I might as well do like all this other stuff.
May as well just build the whole car in 5
Yeah.
days. And then these mats look just perfect.
Yeah,
with
so those
this.
are cocoa mats.
Yeah, that's what they
They're
are.
the best, dude.
Yeah.
They're so, if you're a dude out there, cocoa mats are like just the best way to plus up an old car.
Yeah.
For sure, dude. They're $250. They fit them to any car. They take like 2 months to get to you. But
Do they
they're,
really?
Yeah, they're awesome.
What's the wheel from? This is,
So that's a Momo. I think it's a Monte Carlo. It's Alcantara, all black. And then the horn button is this company called Good Art Hollywood. They make jewelry. They made my necklace. They hit me up and made me that horn button out of sterling silver.
that's so cool. man.
The valve stem caps are sterling silver as well.
Really? Did they make those also?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. The dash is rewrapped. E30 dashes crack notoriously. And even if you find an uncracked one,
It's gonna crack.
it'll crack. So you'll spend $1,200 on a dash that'll crack immediately, or you can wrap it for $900.
And stock gauges, right? Like,
Stock gauges. I would like to, at some point, do something cool with the gauges. The tack goes to 7, the car goes to 85.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to put a 9,000 RPM tack in there. I'd also love to do something like watch inspired. I think dials are cool.
I agree.
The pedals are custom, and then we powder coated them black. They came silver.
God, those are great looking pedals too.
That shift knob is by this company called Renstall, and they're just Delrin, and I put that shift knob in every single car I've ever.
Do you?
Yeah, I just love it.
Not as notchy as I was expecting.
Yeah, so it's the Turner short shifter, and it's set at the loosest setting.
Got it.
So it's notchier than stock, but like pretty manageable.
Yeah. And then so you've given it audio. You got it functioning AC in it as well. This has all been redone, right?
Yeah, Alcantara headliner. And then the A-pillars are rewrapped in vinyl.
Yeah.
And then the rear deck lid, we shaved the rear seat belts, we shaved the speakers, and the third brake light. So there's nothing going on back there, and that's Alcantara as well.
I love that you did houndstooth in here, bro.
Thanks, man. Oh, and then we built this rear seat.
Really?
Yeah, so normally 325s would be like a 5-seater, and so we made it a 4-seater.
Two very small people back there.
Yeah, dude. That's why it doesn't even have a seat. There's no seat belts.
Right,
you know?
nobody's going back there.
This is my stock seat, and E30 M3 rear seats are $1,200 before you recover them. And so we just had our upholsterer add bolsters, and they're a little bit more aggressive than the E30 M3.
This is bitching, dude.
Thanks, man.
We'll talk more while we drive.
All right, yeah.
We are gonna go for a drive.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Let's do a drive. What a trip though, with the idea that your car revs to 8,500 RPM, but your tack says 7.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't do it, but at one point I had a cluster in, and the needle would just keep going. So it would go past 7 and then go all the way almost to 0.
That would be cool, I guess, to
Yeah.
at some point to get a tack that shows you where you're actually going.
Definitely. If nothing else, for like when somebody looks at the car and then they're like 9. Okay.
What's up with that, right?
Yeah, totally.
God, right away you could tell this car's set up nicely, man.
Oh, we also got sport mode.
What does sport mode do?
So because it's an SMG car, they came with sport mode. So it just changed. It's really just like throttle position.
Got it.
So
Okay.
it makes it a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah. Sooner or later, man, I have to have one of these. I really do.
An E30?
Yeah.
Dude, I love them. They're just like car. It's just like not much else to it. You can feel where the engine is. You can feel how it's moving the rear wheels.
Yep.
It's really balanced.
Yep.
It's a square.
They're so sexy. The simplicity of the square body just works, doesn't it?
I like square cars. I have this and an old G-Wagon.
Yeah. Not only do I want an E30, I want a Castro built E30.
Oh, dude, he's the best.
I think he honestly is. I mean, he's done so many of these, done such, like you said, he knew what to notch to make your brake booster work. He knew what you were gonna have to do on the firewall to make things work. I gotta tell you, I like this shifter so much more than the really hardened, really notchy ones, you know?
Yeah, it's a Turner unit, so ECS's in-house BMW brand.
For the average person, oh shit. Oh, that's right, it's a driver car.
Yeah.
For the average person that we drive past right now, all they see is, oh, that's a clean old BMW, and it's been lowered. And it's got some wheels if they check out the wheels even, you know?
I had an old lady at a crosswalk tell me that this car was beautiful a few weeks ago.
Right on.
And Jesse was in the car with me, and I turned to him and I was like, she wouldn't have said that if we were in an S13.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
It's just like, yeah, I wanted to keep it stock, but for those in the know, it's definitely not.
So are you a geeky enough BMW guy that you know every one of the designations?
I know all the chassis codes for sure.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the engine codes. Like a lot of times with cars, I'll learn it when it starts being relevant, like to me.
Yeah.
You know, so like I've never been a huge supercar fan or anything. Like my taste in cars has sort of evolved with my means.
Yeah.
And so like I started out as like a Volkswagen guy. Now I'm a BMW guy. Someday maybe I'll be a Porsche guy.
Yeah.
So like as I come into contact with stuff, then I'll like learn a lot about it. So.
Yeah. Oh, God, this car drives nice. Must be a blast when you get it in the canyons, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's cool because it's old, but everything's new, you know?
Yeah, well, you got rid of all the stuff that needs to go away to give you a more, but it's still, it doesn't feel like modern BMW.
No.
You know, I mean, no knock, modern cars though, in my opinion, have gotten so numb that you end up driving at speeds that are a little bit on the dangerous side because you have to go fast to feel like you're doing anything.
And in a new M4, by the time you get to the top of an on-ramp, you're going like 120. Like that's too fast. If you go 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, that's 7 seconds in the fun zone.
Yeah, exactly.
0 to 60 in 3 seconds, that's only 3 seconds in the fun zone.
Exactly.
That's less than half the amount of fun.
A great way to look at it.
Yeah.
But it is the truth, man.
Yeah.
What's that old saying, right? It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow.
Yeah, and especially when it's old, it's making all kinds of noises, stuff is creaking.
And
you
you're
hear
earning
rocks
it.
shooting up on like the bottom of the car.
Yeah, and you're earning it. You know, every step along the way, you're earning it.
Oh, this car also has a Z3 steering rack, so it's real tight.
Between that and the camber on it. But it's not darty. I mean, I can tell it's instant input, but it's easy to drive straight, I guess is my point. You know, some cars are like, God dang, the smallest little input, this thing's all over the friggin' road.
If you're driving for a while on the highway, the forearms start to burn a little bit.
Yeah.
Active, but yeah, it's not too crazy. I think it's a good level. Like so many little things on this thing, from like the hardware to like the wire loom is through the front fender. Even the rear diff case is from a Z3M, so it's like finned. It's got cooling fins on it.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
So just like another thing that looks cool from the back, because now we can see the diff case because we don't have the spare tire well.
And it looks badass actually seeing that. It's really cool. Isn't it wild to think these were independent that far back? Like, I mean, the Mustang didn't turn into an independent rear end until what, 2014 or something like that?
Yeah, Volkswagen did it around the same time.
Europeans have just been so far ahead forever. I mean, especially the Germans.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of like engineering in such a simple package with this car is pretty cool.
It
you
is.
know, it just really is just like some cool stuff, and then they put a box on top of it.
Have you always had an attraction to the boxy cars?
Yeah, my dad had an E28 when I was a kid, and I had really bad asthma. And one night I was having a bad asthma attack, and he was taking me to the emergency room. He had a 535 IS, and like my whole life, my family was like, if it weren't for that BMW, you would have died. And so I think I've always just been attracted to the 80s BMW.
Yeah, I graduated high school in '83. So I remember this as a new car, especially, god dang, when the M3, which was what, '87 when it came out? God, such a groundbreaking car.
Totally. Underneath, this car is essentially an M3.
Yeah,
you know, it's got
totally
all the same suspension components. It's got aluminum control arms now. And one thing I like about the narrow body cars is there's a lot of different things that you can do with them. With an M3, you basically put an Evo lip on the front. You have a couple choices of spoiler on the back. You can choose your wheels, but they all basically look the same. And like this car versus, you know, the next car, like there's just so many more decisions you can make, whether it's like big bumpers, small bumpers, different headlight setups. You know, I've grown to really love the narrow body cars.
Yeah. When we get up here, you and I will switch spots. I want to feel you give it a little rip.
You can give it a rip. You're probably a better driver than I am, to be honest.
I don't know. I'll bet you and I fall in the same category, dude. Oh god, this thing's so bitchin'. I was waiting for the road to turn, man.
It's nice when you pass by like a cliff or that barrier and it like bounces off.
Get the scream coming off the, Wow, this car's just effortless to drive, dude.
I love how much induction noise you get.
Yeah.
You can tell when you're on throttle, when you're off.
Yeah.
Like I love ITBs because you can hear the engine like breathing.
Effortless to drive. I mean, I'm barely in it. Like there's so much room to push the shit out of this thing if you want to. I'm being kind to both you, me, and the car.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it was like very inspired by Magnus Walker and like his 277 car.
Yeah, which is a great car. Like I'm literally not even close to pushing the car.
Yeah.
I think it's genius you guys left the suspension so soft like it is. This car to me is more fun than, Julian, if you're watching this video, I ain't talking smack. This car is more fun to me because it's very balanced power to weight. His car, I mean, I never dug in on it when I was driving it. He dug in a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, over 500 horsepower in the
crazy.
little 2,800 horsepower car.
Yeah.
violent. God, these are just like little go-karts, I swear.
They're fun, man. And so easy to work on too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You must have learned a ton of shit working on this with Chris.
Yeah, for sure. Like the enigma of it is definitely broken down quite a bit.
I can't get enough of driving your car, I'll tell you that much. That was awesome. To get to meet James, hang out, spend the day with him, incredibly cool guy. And this E30 that he built with Chris Castro, kick-ass car. That's a perfect, in my opinion, perfect car. Power to weight is right on point. The car hits hard, but not so hard. It handles great, everything about it. And I love the fact that this is what he drives every day of his life. And that to me is what these are all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember, our podcast is live. Go check it out on Autotopia LA podcast channel. And we do have new merch coming. I promise I'll start showing it to you coming up soon here. And as always, a big thanks for hanging and watching what we do. I really appreciate it, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, man, later.